Oh, we were right there, man!
How? How are we still getting these terrible live-action remakes that people have been saying for years to tell Disney to stop? Because, like, literally, for years, people have been hating on these terrible live-action remakes. Now, let me say something right now. I hate Disney, and I have my pretty valid reasons as to why. When I say I hate Disney, I meant the company, not the actual animation studio that is responsible for all of the classic Disney films that people grew up with. And I can say that the films that they did make for the 2010s are also pretty good as well. All of these original Disney films hold a special place in a lot of people's hearts and childhoods. So around this time in the 2010s, Disney thought it was a good idea to make their very own Disney live-action remake, starting with Alice in Wonderland in 2010. Wait, no, actually, that's a lie. That's not actually where it all started. The Jungle Book. No, not that one. This one from 1994. The version that is more accurate to the actual book instead of the Disney animated version from the 60s. But let's be honest with ourselves, nobody remembers this, like, at all. If you were to ask an actual Disney fan if they've seen this version of The Jungle Book, they would probably say no. I mean, that's pretty fair. I don't think I've ever met a single person who has seen this version. That was just kind of pointless to bring up. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland is technically where this era of remakes that we are still getting to this day began. Now let's answer the question, why does Disney make these terrible live-action remakes? Is it because people want them? I guess like Disney fans, sure, but besides that, I don't really think anyone else was asking for these movies. And even if they were, why would they keep on making them? Oh, that's why. But let's really think about it. What drives Disney to make more of these live-action remakes besides money? The simple answer is, it's just a lot easier. These animated Disney films from the Renaissance era and the classic era already exist, so they can basically just do it again, but this time in real life with real actors, and just make it more bland and just the same thing over and over and over and over again. All of these Disney remakes share the same problem. They're all bland, they're all boring, they all lacked any character, because comparing these to the animated films are a lot more stylized and just visually more appealing. All of the remakes look boring and bland. There's nothing standing out besides it just being in live action. And let's be honest here, these live action remakes aren't even done in a live action setting. Like, yes, they're filmed in real time, but they're usually done with visual effects when it comes to talking animals or, you know, being underwater and all that, which I know makes sense, but in a way it really goes to show off the limitations of filming a movie in real life. Easily the worst examples of these movies is The Lion King, because the entirety of this film is animated. It's not even in live action. So it's basically just false advertising. Plus, none of the characters can even convey emotions because, well, lions don't really have emotions when it comes to their faces. Why do you think the scenes in the live action remakes that try to recreate the scenes from the animated version always look so bland looking when you compare side by side of animated and live action? It's pretty clear which one is better. Now, earlier this year, we got a live action remake to Snow White, and surprise, surprise, it was just as terrible as the live action remakes before it. Also, this movie failed at the box office, which was a first for any of these live action remakes, but also wasn't very surprising since there was a lot of controversy during production and post-production of the film. This film did so terrible at the box office that it made Disney actually stop their production on their other live action films. Then in May, they released Lilo and Stitch, and that did wonders for the company because you guys gave them $1 billion. And because of this, we're getting a sequel and other live action remakes. Isn't that nice? You guys went to the theaters to go watch a remake based on a 20-year-old animated film? A remake that completely missed the point of the message from the original film. Actually, since I brought that up, why do people keep on supporting these live-action remakes? Like, do you guys genuinely want to see a live-action remake just retelling and doing the same thing as the original film, but in live action? Why? Why would you want that? Why would you want to waste your time with a remake that is exactly like the original? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would you want that? So, what can we do to stop these live action remakes? And a simple answer, just stop supporting them. I really mean that. There is no reason to watch these films. They've all been the same. They're all bland. They're all soulless. Yada, yada, yada. We've been saying this for many, many years. So, just stop. There's no reason to watch these movies. I mean, if the failure of Snow White really taught us anything, it taught us that Disney was actually considering stopping these live-action remakes. And if we can just make Disney stop these live-action remakes, then I think it's pretty possible. Come on, guys, please. I don't want to live in a world where we get a live-action Chicken Little. So, please, just make them stop. Now, look, you might love Disney, but Disney doesn't love you. And I'm sorry to tell you, but it's just the truth. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.